We just got fantastic news on the COVID vaccine front, and that changes the landscape of the stock market significantly. The future is looking bright now for a lot more stocks, and I'm going to talk about 3 of those in this video that I think are worth buying right now. Let's jump in. What's up, everyone? I'm Brad. Welcome to the Money Dad channel. If you are not a subscriber yet, please consider hitting that subscribe button so you can continue to see more videos like this. I want to talk about stocks that I think are worth buying now that we have news about COVID vaccines coming out more often, and just better and better news. Like this morning we got, well, by the time you see this video, it'll be the day prior. Pfizer came out and said that they have a vaccine that is 90% effective, which is far more than the street, I guess, was hoping for. Even Dr. Fauci said that anything between 50 and 60% effective would be better than nothing, basically. So, getting a vaccine out there that is 90% effective, according to Pfizer, is just a monster win right now. And the stock market absolutely responded. We saw on Monday, November 9th, the stock market shot straight up when this news came out. So this kind of news changes what kind of stocks are worth buying right now, because if we have COVID vaccines now, then we can start looking at stocks that were just beaten down by COVID because they weren't producing the kind of profits and revenues that they were before COVID. So there are lots of stocks that fit that category, I think. I could have made this video about 20 stocks. So I picked 3 stocks for this video that I think are going to do very well going forward because of this great vaccine news. So let's get into those. Number 1 is Disney. This is a fantastic company that was doing well before the COVID pandemic. It had a dividend. It doesn't have a dividend now. I think once they get their profits going again, they will be able to bring that dividend back online and start putting cash back into shareholders. Disney is just so diverse that they were able to weather a lot of this pandemic with some of the facets of their business that worked with stay at home, right? The whole COVID pandemic was all about stay at home. So they have Disney Plus, they have ESPN, they have Hulu, they have ABC. All of these media outlets did well during the pandemic. So this is a huge part of Disney's business. It's actually 25% of their revenue, and all of that did well. Disney Plus actually grew at a pretty crazy rate, and they reported in their earnings. That was kind of the silver lining in Disney's last earnings report, was Disney Plus did extremely well. But going forward, now that we have positive vaccine news, we're going to see them start producing more Marvel movies, start producing more Star Wars movies, Pixar movies. Their parks and hotels are going to start ramping back up again, right? People are going to be traveling more. They're going to be going on vacations more. They're going to go to Disney parks and hotel and their resorts more, right? Also, their cruise line, same concept there. I mean, it's a travel and vacation facet of their business that really hasn't been doing anything for the last 8 months or so, and now it can come back online. So between them starting to make movies more, movies coming out in movie theaters more often, their parks coming back to kind of full capacity, their resorts coming back to full capacity, their cruise line coming back on and back up to full capacity, hopefully. That is the majority of the business there that is going to be coming back to full speed, whereas they were just crawling before with just their TV media outlets were basically the only thing that was doing anything for them, right? The Disney Plus, the ESPN, the Hulu, the ABC, stuff like that was the only thing that was generating revenue for them, almost, right, for the most part. And now they get to add in so much more. They get to add everything back in. They're going to be a great company again. I'm really looking forward to Disney coming back full force. They're going to be a great stock to own going forward. All right, so number 2 on my list is actually a company that has done very well during the pandemic, and that is Zillow. So Zillow just reported earnings last week, and it was the best earnings call that they've ever given, in my opinion. I mean, the stock just absolutely shot through the roof. I'm looking at their chart right now. It shot straight up. They beat earnings reports after guiding earnings lower due to the pandemic earlier in the year. They came out and beat the street estimate because people are still buying houses. Even in the middle of a global pandemic, people are still moving, they're buying houses, and maybe that's because everybody's working from home, so they're looking at their homes and saying, well, I need a different kind of home. Maybe I need a smaller home, or I need a bigger home, but I need something different because going forward, I'm going to be spending a lot more time in my house, so what I have now is just not working, so let's find something more suitable to this new situation. So maybe that was the idea behind why so many houses were moving. So Zillow did absolutely fantastic, and their earnings report was absolutely fantastic last week. And then in one day, Pfizer comes out and gives us this great COVID vaccine news, and Zillow gives back all of the gains that it got on that earnings day last week. So it is down 12.5%. Oh, hi, Lola. So Zillow lost 12.5% on the COVID vaccine news. It's back down basically where it was before it reported these fantastic earnings, and that just does not make sense to me. Zillow has found different ways to monetize its business. Right now, it's just before it was a website that just showed properties right around. You can go in there and find a property and look at how much it's worth and see pictures and information about it. Well, they've found more ways to monetize this website. The core model was selling advertisements, right? Realtors and people in the real estate industry could pay to put their ad at the top of a list. I mean, much like how Google got started, right? Google is one of the biggest companies in the world now, and they're largely based just on digital ads. Well, Zillow is kind of in the same situation in the beginning, but they're finding different ways to monetize. They are adding revenue streams. The future is bright for Zillow. I am fully on board here. They gave back all of their gains on this COVID news, and it just does not make sense to me. I think this is a great buying opportunity for Zillow. And then the third and last stock that I have for this video is Royal Caribbean. This is a cruise line that has been absolutely destroyed by the global pandemic. All of the cruise lines have. None of them are making any money. They're just parked. They are burning through cash at such a quick rate. All of the cruise line stocks are down in the dumps right now until today. Well, when you see this video, yesterday, right? Until the COVID vaccine news came out, Royal Caribbean shot straight up 29% in one day. The entire stock market was up, but most stocks were, the entire stock market was up like 3%. So think about the difference there between the average on the stock market and this stock, right? The stock market on average was up about 3%. Royal Caribbean was up 29%. That speaks to how much this means for this company. This company was generating zero revenue, and now overnight it's gone to, okay, we're a business again. We can see the light at the end of the tunnel. The future is bright. I keep saying the future is bright, but it's It's because it's the truth for a lot of these companies, right? If we have a vaccine, we can get back to life again, right? Pre-COVID life. And that means for the cruise lines, they get to start operating again. They get to start making money again, or at least just not losing money, right? Right now, parked, they are just burning through all their cash. So they get to get back out there and start being a company again. And, it's going to take time for these cruise lines to get back to being profitable, but at least they are not going to burn through cash as fast, right? They're going to generate revenue. Even if it's not profit, they're still going to start generating revenue, which is so much better than nothing right now. Right now, this stock, even after going up 29% on the COVID vaccine news, the stock is at $75. Its 52-week high was $135 right before the pandemic. So this stock could nearly double from here and just be barely over its 52-week high. I mean, there's a lot of room for growth here, and it may take a little bit of time because, like I said, I don't think this company is going to be profitable overnight. But if you told me that this company could get back to its all-time high within 6 months, within a year, you're telling me that this could almost double within 6 months or a year. That's a pretty good investment. I'll take that every time. So Royal Caribbean, and I think you could probably make this play with any of the cruise lines. I just think that Royal Caribbean is probably the safest one. Disney actually also has that cruise line aspect that I was talking about, but comparing Royal Caribbean to Carnival or Norwegian, things like that, you could look into those stocks as well. I just prefer Royal Caribbean. It's just me. All right, so just to wrap it up, the 3 stocks that I like for right now post-COVID vaccine news is Disney, Royal Caribbean, and Zillow. And like I said before, I think there are many stocks out there that are looking really good right now with this new news. But I wanted to go with 3 and get my thoughts out there on these 3 for this video. And I just want to end by saying, this is just my opinion. This is for entertainment. I'm not a financial advisor. Please don't act on this information alone. I have been doing this for 15 years, but I am not a financial advisor. Please just take this as my opinion and nothing more than that. That's all I got for this video. If you guys got some value out of it, please go ahead and hit that like button. Consider subscribing if you're not a subscriber, and leave a comment down below. I'll see you there. Thanks, guys.